Every morning is an opportunity to connect with Jesus. Whether you're looking to get started or looking to grow more, DDPC is for you. Join us as we connect with Jesus together.
Hello, everybody. Good morning and welcome to Daily Devotion with Pastor Chris. This is episode number 1237, and we're continuing on in our journey through the book of Acts. We are in Acts chapter 21, and we are going to pick up today at which is our fourth section of this installment. And we want to read to you about 9 verses this morning, actually 11 verses. Acts chapter 21, verse 27 says this: When the 7 days were nearly over, some Jews from the province of Asia saw Paul at the temple. They stirred up the whole crowd and seized him, shouting, "Fellow Israelites, help us. This is the man who teaches everyone everywhere against our people and our law in this place. And besides, he has brought Greeks into the temple and defiled this holy place." They had previously seen Trophimus and the Ephesian in the city with Paul and assumed that Paul had brought him to the temple. The whole city was upset, aroused, and the people came running from all directions, seizing Paul. They dragged him from the temple, and immediately the gates were shut. While they were trying to kill him, news reached the commander of the Roman troops, and the whole city of Jerusalem was in an uproar. He at once took some officers and soldiers and ran down to the crowd. When the rioters saw the commander and his soldiers, they stopped beating Paul. The commander came up and arrested him and ordered him to be bound with 2 chains. Then he asked who he was and what he had done. Some in the crowd shouted one thing and some another, and since the commander could not get at the truth because of the uproar, he ordered that Paul be taken into the barracks. When Paul reached the steps, the violence of the mob was so great that he had to be carried by soldiers. The crowd that followed kept shouting, "Get rid of him! Get rid of him!" So this is rough, man. This is exactly what everybody was telling Paul was going to happen. And so despite Paul's attempts to calm everybody and honor the customs of the land and to keep peace, he is still falsely accused for defiling the temple. And he did not defile the temple, but he was accused of it. And so the mob went absolutely berserk. They seized him. Chaos erupts, and then the Roman soldiers have to get involved. And so the Roman commander ends up intervening, stops the beating at least, and Paul is bound by 2 chains. And basically, it's like, okay, let me bind him up, let me arrest him so that I can talk to the guy without people like throwing stuff at him and trying to punch him. And so he was actually trying to protect Paul. So what did we learn from this? Well, what we learn is that sometimes we will be doing the right thing and still get punished. Sometimes you can do everything right and the result is opposition. Your faith in God or your faithfulness to God, listen to me, doesn't guarantee public favor, but it will always secure God's approval. Your faithfulness to Jesus does not guarantee that the public is going to love you, but will always secure that God will approve. It's as if a Christian teacher refuses to change her curriculum to remove all biblical worldview of elements. Like when they do that and the parents complain. And so she's called in the principal's office accused of being intolerant, even though the teaching was kind and fair. She didn't do anything wrong. She just went against the grain, right? And Paul is like a like a firefighter who gets blamed for starting the fire. It makes no sense. But, he's rescuing people from hell's fires, and in turn he is facing some serious backlash. When truth confronts culture, friction happens. Let me say it again. Truth confronts culture. There's friction. Even when your intentions are honorable, even when you want to do what is right, when truth, they say, you shall know the truth and the truth shall set you free. That is 100% correct. However, truth makes some people mad. It really does. And they don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear their truth. But when absolute truth confronts culture, friction happens, even when your intentions are honorable. So, if you're facing something like that, don't be discouraged. I mean, it's kind of discouraging. Paul was beaten, dragged out of the city gates, and the Romans had to intervene. But I'm going to tell you, God has always got your back. He's always got your back. So lean in on him. Find hope in Jesus today. Do the right thing no matter the consequences. Amen. So and I think here's something that we kind of learned from this is that, we learned this yesterday, that Paul really did try to make everybody happy. He tried to hold to the customs, make sure he didn't ruffle any feathers. He wasn't there to upset the Jews. He was there because God sent him there. He was doing what he was called to do. And then, even though he did everything right, he still faced persecution and backlash. And sometimes that happens to us, guys. Sometimes we get punished for doing the right thing. So people don't like it. People don't like it when truth hurts, man. They don't like it, and it results in friction. So that's what we learned from today's passage. God bless you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.